Shatterhand for the NES was developed by AWSOME and published by Jellicoe in North America in 1991 and in Europe in 1992. Imagine packing the power of 100 missiles in every punch. Imagine needing every single Megatron just to hold your own against a cybernetic army. That's the guts of Shatterhand, the game that redefines hand-to-hand combat in the 21st century. Along with all the standards for single-player action games for the NES, anti-gravity levels force you to fight upside down, armed satellite robots assist you in battle. No arms on Earth can withstand the power in your hands. Remember, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as it helps out this channel grow. And don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. So, how is Shatterhand today? Here is our review of Shatterhand for the NES. Set in the year 2030, a group of military renegades known as Metal Command, led by General Gus Grover, are seeking to conquer the world by building an army of cyborg soldiers. Steve Harmon, a young police officer from the Bronx, ends up losing both of his arms during a skirmish with members of the Metal Command. After the incident, Herman is offered two specially developed cybernetic arms to replace the one that he's lost. Herman accepts the offer and becomes an agent codenamed Shatterhand. Like a lot of NES games back in the day, the story was told in the instruction manual. There's really little to no story in this game, as there are no cutscenes or dialogue to explain anything. Shatterhand is a side-scrolling action game. The main character primarily uses his own fists for combat, and he can even deflect opposing shots with them. By destroying the item containers stewed across each stage, you can obtain two different types of power-ups, coins and letter icons. By crouching over a specific platform while standing over it, the player can utilize the coins as currency to buy more power-ups. On these platforms, it will be specified which power-ups the player will get and how much it will cost. 3 different power-up platforms are available. The first refills the player's health, the second amplifies their attack strength, and the third grants them an extra life. Greek letters are used to shape the letter icons. The player can alter the letter by hitting the robotic component when it appears. However, if you punch it too hard, it will change into a big gold coin. A robotic satellite will appear floating next to a player after gathering 3 parts. By kneeling and holding the A button, the robotic satellite can hover into the air and fight alongside the player. Depending on the letter you gather, there are 8 various robotic satellites that could exist, each with a unique attack. The robot can take damage, and if it takes too much damage, it will be destroyed. If the player already has a robotic companion and picks up a new combination of letters, the new robot will replace the previous one. However, if the player picks up the same combination twice in a row, while still maintaining the robot, the player character will combine with the robot and have a more powerful attack for a limited period before reverting to its standard form. A factory stage acts as the game's introduction level, and the remaining 5 stages, numbered area B through F, can be played in any sequence. There are 7 stages in this game. After the first 6 stages are finished, Area G, the last stage, can be reached. Just like the Mega Man games, you begin the game with 2 lives, and you can earn more as you progress. The game ends if the player runs out of lives. Now, there are no passwords for this game, but you do get unlimited continues. Visually, the game is well detailed with the stages. The backgrounds are colorful and detailed to the point where you almost feel as if you're playing a 16-bit rather than an 8-bit game. Some areas, like the refinery, have some simple animations to the backgrounds. There's no minimum recycling of tiles, which gives each stage a unique feel. Despite being a late generation NES game, you'll discover that the lack of detail on both your character and the enemies you face can be a little disappointing, especially in some of the stages where the enemies should look badass. Some of the more detailed points of the game comes with the different robots that you pick up and Enhance, in which each has its own design and way of attacking the enemies. And like most NES games, you'll find that image breakup and slowdown come through in places that you would expect, mainly when you have too much going on in the game that the processor can't handle. Unlike most NES games, you'll find the music in certain stages are better than others. There aren't any memorable songs in this game, but every song is good. Now, AWSOME did seem to slack off with the music at times, since a few songs are reused, which is a lot for a game that only has 8 stages. The sound effects were good also. You have plenty of explosions, gunfire, and thuds of your punches landing on someone else's face. The explosions sound like explosions, and when you punch a robot, it really sounds like your fists are hitting metal. Shatterhand is a really good game. I like the gameplay here, nothing too complicated, very easy to pick up and play. Kinda reminds me of Batman for the NES. I like the power-ups you get in the game. When you get 3 symbols, you get a robot partner to help you out, and the power-ups change depending on the symbols you get. The music and sound effects were good. While the music might not be the best the NES has to offer, I still think it's really good. I think the music fits the tone of the levels. Also decent were the sound effects, featuring numerous simple explosions and satisfying firepower. The graphics in this game have good details. The details on the characters, the enemies, and bosses are okay. I just wish the characters had some faces. The surroundings are vibrant and well detailed, ranging from a submarine to a laboratory where giant breeding tanks obstruct the path and upon destruction, release a mutant that looks really good on the NES. Now, there are no passwords in this game, but you do get unlimited continues, which is fortunate because the game does get a little more challenging towards the end. I like how they had the stage selection. In many aspects, it resembles the Mega Man games. Shatterhand was a good experience. Now, it's too bad I never got around to playing this when I was a kid, so this was another game I missed out on. I really enjoyed this game a lot. Shatterhand for the NES is getting an 8 out of 10. What did you think about Shatterhand for the NES? Please leave comments below to share your thoughts. That would do for this episode. I do live streams throughout the week, mostly games from the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch, and I also do retro games throughout the week. And remember, please support this video by giving it a thumbs up if you like it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you here on the next episode. Have a great day.